Today is July 3rd, and I'm going to harvest garlic, and we have a pretty decent garlic patch, as you can see here behind me. Yeah, it's time to harvest, and I'll show you how to know when your garlic is ready to harvest. And this may be a little bit past due, but generally I wait until the bottom two leaves are dead like this, and it's starting to dry up a little bit further up, and they're pretty much all at that stage where they're dead at the bottom two leaves. Some's not as dead as others on the top side. We got a pretty good stand of garlic. We got 5 rows in a 70-foot bed. So normally our soil's loose enough you can just grab it and pull it out. I don't know that it is this year. This is a new bed I just set up last fall, so we'll see if I can just pull it out, we will. If not, I'll get the pitchfork. Right out. And that's pretty much garlic head. There isn't a thing wrong with that. So you see that, and there's a little snug. It still comes out pretty easily. You want to make sure you get all the dirt, as much dirt off of it as you can. So I'm going to go through and pull these out. That's a really nice one. So I just realized I had that, I was videoing and never even had my mic turned on. So if you didn't hear what I said, I'm sorry. I just showed you how to determine if they're ready to harvest or not, and that is by pulling the bottom 2 leaves need to be dead. And then just pull them out. Our soil's usually soft enough we can pull them up out. And then actually I got lucky on that, and again, pretty decent garlic head. I pulled some out that was pretty small, but for the most part they're average. But this is a new bed. This I made a hugel mound last year. It had potatoes in it before that, and there's still some potatoes, remnants of potatoes growing in this bed, along with some weeds, but not many. And what I did after I planted them in late October was put straw down. Actually, I think I used hay. I didn't have any straw at that time. I used hay. And then whenever our meat birds, which are right there, got done in the brooder, the wood shavings, the pine bark, the shavings that you put in the brooder, we mulched with it again as well. So yeah, sorry my mic was turned off, but sometimes I have idiot moments, but we all do at times. So I just went through and pulled all them out. There's a few stragglers and potatoes come up through. I don't know how, but they did. I dug this whole bed up in the fall and threw a bunch of wood down and then put the soil back on top of the wood. So I'm surprised there's any potatoes in there, but there is. But anyways, for this point, now that they're all pulled, I could let them lay there for a few days so they dried out, but I'm just going to go through and cut the heads off of them. I'm gonna let the stem lay and then cut all of them like that, and then we'll come back and pick these up. And if you come up on this end, you'll see how you know what you shouldn't do. That's a really nice garlic head, right? And you turn it over and it was starting to split. So these here was going to start growing. What they'll do if you don't get them out of the ground when they're ready is they'll split off like that, and then each one of those will grow, and then next year you'll have a cluster like this, but the heads will be smaller. This garlic's still good. We won't be able to sell this, but we'll either use it for seed or we'll just use it for ourselves, one of the two. And there's really no good way of knowing. That garlic don't look bad. It's the only bottom, the bottom three was dead. That one, and that one. So sorry, you probably couldn't see that. The bottom three were dead, but other than that, it still looks pretty decent. So from the outside, you would never, from here up, you never would have known that was like that. We got almost a wheelbarrow load, not quite. There's a lot of nice garlics. There's not a lot of really nice heads. And then there is also some little peeny weeny heads too, but that's all right. They're still edible. So probably half of them like that, and the bigger ones like that we'll save for seed garlic. And we just left the tops lay. All the tops lay there. They'll rot down and be mulch right there where they're at. If anybody's wondering what this is, I had a tarp. That tarp on the far end I had here for like 2 or 3 weeks after the chickens left. This is going to be a garden bed for next year. I need to finish it, but that'll be a different video. So now we're just going to stack them in here, not stack them really tight, just kind of stack them like we are here. And then these totes are stackable. And what we'll do then is once we get this just one layer deep, no more than one layer, you need to get good airflow. Otherwise these will mold. You definitely don't want that. And you don't want to take the skins off or any more dirt off than you already did. They will keep longer this way. So we just stack them. In all honesty, this is the first time we did them this way. Normally we don't put them in totes. We did our onions before, but we never have our garlic. So anyways, we'll stack these up in here. If we have enough totes, that is. Then we'll stack the totes on top of each other, and we'll put a fan on top blowing down through. Get good air movement. Plus the fans, they're off now, but we have circulation fans in here. And that'll help dry them out. And it won't take that long. These here's extremely ripe already. They smell really good. So I'll be laying these in here for a while. Doesn't take long. This will be probably the longest part of the whole chore. But these will go to market next Saturday, not this Saturday. Next Saturday. So we have 8-ish totes full. This one here is not quite full, but as you can see, there is tons of garlic. Most of them. This is the only one that ain't full. The rest of them all look like this. And there's there is some, like you've seen earlier, there is some really nice garlics. And that's a nice garlic. I mean, that
is beautiful.
Yeah. We don't need any of it, to be honest with you. So we're going to save the bigger ones for seed, and the rest we're going to sell most all this except the seed garlic.
And how many totes?
8. I don't know how many's in a tote, but a fair many.
7 full ones and
7 full ones and 1 partial.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And they're breathable, so we just going to put a fan up on top of here like so, where it can blow down both sides, and just turn the fan on. And that'll run for a few days, and then we will keep the circulation fans running in here, and then we will probably tomorrow I'll bottom to the top and so on, just mix them around, and I'll do that for probably a week or so if I can get it to stay up there. Probably in a week or so they'll be done. They should be cured in about a week, and then they'll keep. So that's going to wrap this up. It took about 2 hours roughly to do all this, from pulling it out and cutting it and bringing it over here and putting it in totes. About 2 hours, and I did probably most of it for myself. Pulling it out was probably the longest time of any of the rest. The rest of it went pretty quick, but still got to thank Heather. She did a great job packing them in. She packed them in way quicker than I did. She would do about 1.5 to my 1, so maybe that was on purpose, maybe it wasn't. We'll let her decide that. So,
I'm just fast.
Anyways, that's going to wrap it up. We have fair many garlic videos, and they will all be linked below in a playlist. This will be in that playlist as well. So tune in again. Take care and God bless.
See ya.